Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video we are going to take a close look at something pretty damn awesome. It's the Pow Kitty J6, if I'm saying it correctly. Nevertheless, this is a portable, affordable stick that you can just bring with you, and it's basically a game system. So yeah, it's more like a plug-and-play Pandora's box, but only in tiny version. So when it comes to AliExpress products, man oh man oh man, what are they like super creative with these things, and they like shitting them out, like all kinds of form factor handhelds, game system. But no, in this video I want to take a close look at this weird, let's say, plug and play Pandora's box that you can bring with you, because this thing is very tiny. It's a plastic fantastic one, but the question remains, how good is it? Okay, so this thing comes with 64GB built in. There's not a lot of information, so let's get into the unboxing. And I'm really curious what we're going to get today. So it comes with a Type-C USB cable for basically giving the sim some juice, because it works on a 5-volt power adapter. It comes with a very nice long quality cable. Then we're going to get ourselves the stick itself. And inside, let's see. There is no toilet paper manual today. Oh yes, there is a toilet paper manual, my friends. Absolutely, because it was in the plastic bag. I totally missed it out. I had a brain fart. So here we go to get the operation instruction. Oh, they call it the J13. Oh man, those names are all so freaking confusing. But that's a quick overview what you can do with it, and yeah, nothing really of an information, so let's get to it. Okay, so this stick itself is quite a weird combination. I get this Famicom feeling with it, but don't get me wrong, this is not a Famicom stick at all. So no 8-bit nonsense again. No, this is like a plastic fantastic casing. So normally like the plastic fantastic casing, you see them with very cheap buttons, but this time we're going to actually like 6 like normal Chinese arcade buttons. The thing that I do like about it is the top part is made of metal, so that looks kind of cool. Then here at the top we're going to get select, start, volume control, and the return button. These are like micro switches, and the joystick is actually like a very decent one, like a very decent joystick. So I'm curious what I was going to do in opening up, because I want to see in the teardown like what are we actually going to get in the inside. So over here we're going to get the output with HDMI, then we're going to get 2 USB connections, the headphone jack, then we're going to get the SD card with a quality control sticker because you cannot open it. Ooh. And we're going to get the input for Type-C for powering, and the on and off switch. Okay, so how do you plug it in? Very simple. We're going to get the HDMI cable in here. I'm going to use a 5-volt charger. Then we're going to plug it in and power it on, and that's it. So it seems to be working. Let's remove these plastics, because otherwise the button will not work. Okay, so when the system is booted up, this is what you're going to get. There is no intro music whatsoever, just a basic cheap menu. I have seen this menu before, and I can say that it's not going to be a good thing. But let's do a quick overview of what are we going to get. Okay, so when we're booted up, this is what you're going to get. So the main menu is a quite basic menu. The weird thing is, like at the right, we're going to get some screenshots. Sometimes we have like a couple of screenshots so you see something moving, kind of weird in my opinion. So next up we're going to get the types. So what you can see over here, we're going to get CPS, Final Burn Alpha, but I said this is like basically arcade, Famicom, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, PlayStation, Neo Geo, Mega Drive, Game Gear, and Game Boy Color. And I think there is and there he is, the Super Famicom. Next up we have a save function. We can basically go into the save function here and boot up your game. Favorite list, then we're going to get scan, it's basically like searching for our game. The file system, so basically you can dig through the file system if you want to. Then we're going to get here the language option. There's only like 2 languages over here. Then we're going to get display. What I do like about this equal proportion, then we're going to get the option for a 4:3 aspect ratio, clear, restore, and the version 1.1. So that's it, like that's what you're going to get with the menu. Let's see if the freaking scan function or the search function works. Let's see if my favorite game, Mortal Kombat, is on here. Yep. And I think I noticed this issue before, because I have seen with these kind of a weird system is that you can search for your game, but you cannot really see what kind of platform it is. That's a little bit of a bummer. And after you boot up a game and you're pressing the return button, this is the menu that you're going to get. So here you can make also a quick load and quick save. Then we can change between save slots or state slot, they call it, kind of weird. And then we're going to get quick RetroArch, restart, and inputs can be changed too. Another thing I'm noticing is like now having like a list full of weird game names. But when you're pressing a game to boot it up, I also noticed that I'm getting the error not supported all the freaking time. Yeah, and that is an issue in my opinion. I notice it a lot, so when it comes to the system itself, it's kind of messy. But coming back to the main menu, it's kind of messy if you ask me. So I tried a couple of these games, and I can say like some are booting up and some are not. I tried the platform systems, and when you're looking into the PlayStation, for example, like it says that there are games there, but basically when you're going to boot it up, you're going to get the same problems over and over again. A little bit of a bummer in my opinion. The way you can basically like get rid of this problem is you're going to get in the file system, you go to the game, and here you can basically boot up the files that you want to. It's not the most convenient way, but it seems to be doing the trick because the shortcuts of the main menu are all broken, and there is, so far I know at the moment, no way to fix it. Okay, after trying like 20 different games, I finally got one to seem to be working on this device. It's like, in my opinion, a freaking nightmare. So the reason I want to play this game, but either way, I love this game. Just want to see how responsive the joystick is. Oh, I can tell you already, like the joystick is very responsive. Absolutely, the joystick is amazing. But yeah, I must say that it's quite an annoying thing that we got in stake that basically none of the games are mostly working. I don't know why that is. I still need to figure out. I just want to do this quick unboxing for you guys just to see what are we going to get. But that's the thing with these AliExpress products. Sometimes you find something that is pretty damn awesome, but sometimes you see it that it doesn't work at all. Okay, so next up let's try some Sega Genesis, and what I can hear of, like, the audio quality is like the original. And that's more like an issue with these weird size systems from AliExpress. All the sound effects are here. Oh crap. Okay, so basically the ultimate test for this system is when you're going to try some PlayStation 1. So what you're going to get with these cheap devices is you're going to get some okay performance when it comes to this. I was surprised to see that this game runs pretty good, and this is more like the three-dimensional games. If you're going to look it up into the two-dimensional games, you will see like you're going to get even maybe some better performance. All of these games run on native resolution, but there's nothing to say like about what for emulator it's running because there is no way of checking that out. Everything of that part of the system has been looked out. It's a little bit bummer because if you want to tinker with it, maybe to get some better performance, you are out of luck because that is not possible. But when you're looking at the system itself, it is a little bit of a mess if you ask me. So yeah, the SD card comes with the firmware, but the firmware is, in my opinion, completely messed up. I plugged it in my computer, you can drag and drop into the folders, that is an easy peasy moment. But if you want to reconfigure when it comes to the software, there we're going to get the big issue, because we cannot do that. But let's open it up and let's see what we're going to get in the inside. And time to break the seal. Yeah, Jaga! Ooh, it's already opening up. That was very easy. Okay, so let's see how we can open this up. So the only thing we need to do is removing all of the screws, and I think I got them all. Or I didn't. I do. I didn't. I think I forgot one. No, that one is not in there. Somehow it's still stuck with something, and I was thinking getting the problem with the freaking screwdriver. Maybe there is one underneath here. Yes, I think it is. Oh, those cheapos. So I was thinking, why does this freaking thing doesn't open up? There is one screw hidden under rubber feet. Yeah, see, that's the stuff that happens all the freaking time when doing a disassembly. But okay, I think I got them all now. Yeah, I got them all, finally. Okay, so let's clamshell this thing open. Let's remove this ribbon cable. That makes this teardown quite easy. Of course, they use some double-sided tape to put this ribbon cable in place. Okay, so that's the only thing that is basically holding this thing together. Quite interesting construction. So let's first talk about the mainboard itself. Okay, so this thing is based on the Rockchip 3128, if I'm seeing it correctly. And that's basically what we're going to get. Here we're going to get the RAM chip. Let's see what kind of a model number, version 1.2. By the way, this mainboard has been used in many other devices that I've reviewed, like mini arcade machines, you name it, they are still reusing it over and over again. And let's see what it says here. Battery, so we can use even a battery on this. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that this is like the same mainboard like in Powkiddy mini arcade machine I've reviewed before. The top shell is also quite interesting when it comes to a piece of engineering. So first of all, we're going to get these very thin, horrible cables. Like, you can just remove all the buttons very easily, so if you want to upgrade it, no problem. The same goes with the joystick. I think it's like the same like a Senwa joystick. And yeah, what you can do is like replace it with a real Senwa. I must say, I do like the joystick itself. It's not really bad. Then we're going to get the PCB that connects everything. Here we're going to the red wire that goes to the joystick connection. Then we're going to get all the wires over here for the buttons. And then we're going to get the ribbon cable that goes to the main board. So that's quite interesting. So everything goes to this PCB that will convert it. So basically this is like a conversion board that will have this ribbon cable plug into the main board. Another thing I found quite interesting, like here you can see like this thing is ready, like the mold itself is ready for a speaker. So this thing would be like a mini Pandora box, because the normal Pandora box we know of have like an internal speaker, so you can basically use it on any monitor. Then we're going to get this compartment. I think this would be like for a battery. It would be cool to have this thing like a plug-and-play Pandora box with a battery inside. So you can just plug it into your television and that's it. So it's all in the mold already. Well, yeah, so the conclusion about this new kind of plug-and-play device. In general, I'm quite disappointed. I'm just going to be honest. So, the main reason is like the menu itself is one big mess. Like all the shortcuts are basically not working, up a couple of them that do work and boot up. So at first I was thinking, hi man, that is really cool. This is a quite affordable, cheap solution to bring with you. But in the end, it's quite disappointing. So the software itself, you cannot really tinker with it. Maybe in the future there will be like in the community somebody like upgrade the software that looks better and it works better. So up to PlayStation 1 is a support. So it's quite interesting even for an old rock chip. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of this. I want to thank you for watching. Consider subscribing. Hit that bell. Welcome on the Wicked family. And I will see you in the next video.